put a soundtrack on this one. It exhausts me, that. Listening to that exhausts me.
It does me.
Because it's pretty damn emotional. Yeah, a lot of people don't get it. They're like, a lot of people are like, you defend him and you blow smoke up his ass and that. I'm like, dude, you don't get it. You don't fucking get it. I will not tolerate anyone talking shit about him. Aye. I waited 4 days, nigga, where y'all at? I drove here in a big plane. Oh, 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 what do you mean? So Mark, I'm not sure I thought this through. So yesterday I was in Santa Monica and I bought my little girl baby Elsa. In other news, do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. So I didn't really think that through because my suitcase is pretty full with stuff, obviously clothes because I'm traveling and I don't like wearing the same clothes all the time. I've also got a gift coming for my son, so I'm actually having to pack baby Elsa in my hand luggage, which was a bit of a challenge. And also in my hand luggage are the boxing gloves, which unfortunately didn't get worn, which I was really disappointed about because I train my ass off. Like I box 2 or 3 times a week, every single week, and kind of fell in love with it. And there was no fighting. So I was kind of disappointed with that, but again, it's kind of another sign that my time in the brilliance of Warrior was at an end, and I'll tell you more about that in a second. But yeah, I'm not doing very well here, am I, Mark? Look at this, fucking all fingers and thumbs and bums. That's my hand luggage. Oh shit, that's my hand luggage. By the way, that is pretty big. I'm not sure I might get in trouble for that, but fuck it. So a little packing tip for you. In fact, I'm going to give you the tip, but I'm not even sure whether it fucking works. So instead of folding my clothes, I'm not sure whether it's just lazy. I like to do this. I feel like I'm doing an instructional video now. I like to do this, and this is what works for me. You take the underpants, you fold them in half. You turn over the waistband, and then you roll it up, just like a Swiss roll, or some people may call it a roulade. Some call this the undercrackers roulade. And then place in a said suitcase like this. Now you may notice that I seem to have quite a lot of room in my suitcase. That is because for my son, he's been after this thing for 2 years, right? You can't import it into the UK. You can't get it in the UK, and it's called the world's largest gummy worm. And hopefully you'll get to see it. It's a gummy worm, like a jelly worm, for you guys that live in the UK. Not jello, jelly worm. It's like this long, 3 foot long. And I've ordered him it, and he's been after it since he was like 3 years old. So I've ordered him it. It's coming from Amazon, hopefully before I check out today. And so I've had to leave extra room in the old suitcase. So you may get to see that, you may not get to see it. I don't know. That's the fun of doing this TV shit. I don't know what's going to happen. Speaking of which, the whole trip has been a bit of a challenge, to say the least. We are here in an executive car, and we're heading to the airport after 6 days here in Laguna Beach, California, and it's been an eventful trip, to say the least, from the luggage not showing up for 2 days, which also had my bipolar medication in and my asthma medication. So the first night I got here, I actually ended up in, over here they call it urgent care. Back in England we call it the A&E unit, to get some asthma medication. Bipolar meds took 2 days, by which point I was a little bit flaky, to say the least. And then obviously we stepped into the Wake Up Warrior game, and as you know, I spat the dummy out, got my tampon in a twist, etc, etc. But you know what, I've learnt a ton. I'm ready to go home now. We've got this 90-minute drive to the airport, so I thought I'd film some shit. I mean, I've learnt a ton of lessons. One of them is that every time I invest and come to things like this, like, I grow every time. Like, even if it's, I don't attach good and bad, I don't attach right and wrong, I don't attach like, that was expensive versus that was cheap, or that was worth it, because every time it's worth it, because there's growth every single time. And what I've realized is that I can try and grow my business, or you can try and grow your business. You can try and grow your relationship with your wife, your relationship with your kids. You can try and improve your body, but listen, if you don't grow, you will not be able to maintain the growth across the business and the relationships. Like, if you choose to grow mentally, your skill set, your mindset, if you choose to grow all at the same time, your business comes along for the ride. Like, I've seen too many times personally, and with people that I know, they've tried to grow their business, but they haven't grown, so the ass falls out of it. Like, they can't maintain the levels of growth because they're not choosing to grow. So it's kind of like, if you choose not to increase your capacity as you try and increase your income, you're unable to handle the new levels of stress. You're unable to handle the new levels of criticism and people's fucking opinion down your throat. You're unable to handle the longer working hours. You're unable to handle the extra income and what to fucking do with it. So that's kind of the big thing here. Like, if you grow, everything else comes along for the ride. And that's kind of what I'm committed to, really. I think that's the big commitment here. Commitment to growth rather than committing to kind of collecting toys or whatever. And I don't mean those kind of toys. Yeah, so like I say, I'm ready to go home. We've got this long ass flight to get on, layover in London, and then we'll get home like in like a week's time. That's what it feels like. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the show. I'm trying to think have I missed anything, Mark? Hey Mark, you know what I like about you?
No.
Jack shit. You know what I love about you? Jack shit.
I don't have to take this anymore. This is ridiculous. These conditions I have to work in.
It's like a cameraman and full-time carer. Hey, so listen, today I sat down on the beach, right, with me notepad and my pen, and kind of had a look back at, this is what we do because it's the end of the first quarter of 2016, so we're looking back at what my targets were in the first quarter in body, being, balance and business. And I was looking back at kind of what I pulled off, what I hadn't pulled off, what I'd done, but mainly kind of looking at the lessons that I've learned. I learned some cool shit. One being that even if you don't hit your targets, like if you just look at what you did achieve, there's some lessons in there, like not just as in what's going to happen next, but it'll also give you some confidence. So let's say your target was a money target, and if you didn't hit it but you still got growth, growth is growth. sorry, I've got dicks on the brain.
Take two.
There's no editing goes on here, bro. It's all real and raw. So anywho, I've been thinking about what's going to happen next in the next quarter. But one thing I haven't done is rushed it, because I think that too often we're rushing to these fucking targets, we're rushing to these outcomes, and then like 2 weeks in we're like, oh. Sorry. I'm still thinking about how funny me that joke was. Sorry. So I'm trying to keep this on the serious side. Hey, did you know that you can get delirious if you treat life too serious? It's Chico time. That's for all the British. That's for all the British viewers. So the next 90 days, I'm just gonna take my time. I'll probably do them on a flight, but I think body-wise, there's gonna be a lot of healing. Like my shoulder's fucked. Playing football again at 8 weeks after knee surgery with no rehab wasn't the best idea I've ever had either. So I'm probably gonna take up yoga or something. I'll have to stock up on tampons for that one. But there's going to be a lot of healing in the body area. In the business area, I think I'm going to get this unstoppable bastard shit off the ground. Like it's time. So yeah, in the balance thing, I actually haven't finished the current one with the kids and my wife. So I'm gonna finish that one off and then look at what's coming. But I'm thinking some kind of gaming channel. So if you're on YouTube watching this or wherever you are watching this now, expect to see some videos of me and my 5-year-old boy playing those shitty Minecraft games, etc. In the being area, that's actually, I have no idea in this area. This is the area where I've actually seen the biggest growth in the area of being and mindset and all that kind of stuff. That's where I've had the biggest change in the last 18 months. So yeah, I'm gonna slow down and think about this one. But either way, Romigo, I'll keep you posted. Dramatic.
The dramatic fade out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.